a huge emotional, mental component to undergoing any kind of transition, whether it be dental or otherwise. We see patients that a lot of times have had trauma growing up, or like you mentioned, didn't have the resources as a child to get the care that they needed, and that resulted in major insecurities, not ideal oral health, and that can really emotionally affect people as they get older and step out into the world. So when we undertake these cases and do these transformations, we see that everyone really has a story behind it. Often patients will come in, say, during a major life event, they're wanting to get back into the job market, or a wedding, a divorce, and they just want to feel more confident and feel better about themselves. Yeah, what is a smile makeover? So a smile makeover is anything you can do to your smile to obviously make it look more beautiful, make it healthier. We do primarily porcelain restorations. We don't use any metal in our practice. We do things like anti-aging dentistry, where we can really take 10 to 15 years off of a patient's face just with a smile makeover. And when we do our smile designs, we take into account the entire face. We have a very holistic view and approach to smile design. We want to make sure that we enhance the symmetry, balance, and harmony of the face. It's not about getting the perfect smile, but it's about getting one that's unique and tailor-made to you. So we do porcelain veneers. We do full mouth rehabilitations, where someone may have had old crowns in their mouth that are 30 years old and all need to be replaced. So we do a lot of work like that. That's actually one of my favorite things to do. It's sort of out with the old, in with the new. And that has a tremendous impact on patients' confidence, overall health, the way they feel about themselves, and just the knowledge that their mouth and smile is healthier. It just feels good when you're taking care of yourself. Feels good. So I see oftentimes when patients have had a smile makeover, now they get the confidence, like I said, to do other things and make other changes. I've seen that happen so many times. Yeah, I think, a lot of people don't realize that your dental health does affect your overall health, and vice versa. I mean, everything in your body is an interconnected system. They're not two independent things. The mouth is a big part of your overall health. Any bacteria in your mouth, if there's bacterial overgrowth, can travel to other parts of your body. And conversely too, any inflammation that's going on in your body, a lot of times the first place we see it is in the mouth. So they're very connected, and it's not often seen that way. Dentistry is sometimes seen as the Lone Ranger of the medical field. But yeah, it's very important to take care of your oral health just for systemic reasons. Oh my God. Well, thank you for calling it an empire. I would hardly call it that. I think everything is a work in progress, but thank you. Day by day, you start with a vision, and we started, like I said, with one patient, and I can't say that when I started I had thought that we would be bi-coastal or anything like that, but it's really about making the next best decision as it's presented to you. And as far as having an all-female practice, that was just a natural progression. I find that being that 90% of my patients are women, they're females, of all ages, the comfort level of having an all-female staff, it's just different. This is what we hear from patients. And again, that wasn't super intentional, but as we trial and error, we saw that just worked better for our practice, our demographic, especially when patients are in our office in these vulnerable, situations, and it can be, it's a vulnerable experience. So I find that patients do feel comfortable with our female staff. We understand, we know what it feels like to want to look good, to want to feel confident. So we can actually understand the emotional and mental component that goes into all of this. What advice would I give a female entrepreneur? I mean, keep pursuing your vision. You know, it will likely have a few bumps along the way, but don't let that deter you. And just keep putting one foot in front of the other and making the next best decision. You may not have the whole path clearly laid out in front of you in your head, but just making that next right decision, right step will eventually lead you to where you want to be.